Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. The St. Lucia Bureau of Standards is cautioning consumers to be aware of used tires which are currently on the local market. The head of compliance, Hubert Reynolds, says the tires that are being imported are made for the winter time or snow and not tropical climates.
Those tires do not perform well. They take longer to stop, and they wear a lot faster than the regular tires. So they are unsafe, and they are not how you say it. You don't get money for value for money. So you might buy a tire that would have last you 3 or 6 months. A snow tire would only last you a couple of weeks because it wears faster, and like I said, it takes longer to stop. So we are recommending to used tires importers to avoid bringing in a snow tire.
Reynolds gave a description of what the snow or winter tires look like.
Typically, the snow tires would have written on the sidewall a snow or winter tire, and it will have the image of a mountain peak with snowflakes on it. And typically, the tread is usually thicker, and the spacing between the tread is a little wider. The rubber is very soft, and so when you use it on the road, it wears very quickly. And then it takes longer to stop because it's designed to work with snow and at cold temperatures. And they use a special type of rubber that's a lot softer than the usual tires we use there.
That was the head of compliance at the St. Lucia Bureau of Standards. In other news, reggae music has been added to a list of international cultural treasures by the United Nations. A local musician is weighing in on the significance of this decision as one that seeks to promote and protect the genre of music for the Caribbean. Solange Alfred reports.
Reggae music is stirring it up, as a recent announcement made by the United Nations added the genre of music to a list of international cultural treasures. The United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, stated that the music is an intangible cultural heritage of humanity. The announcement brings with it positive vibrations throughout the Caribbean. Speaking with one local musician, Jamie Ford, he believes that although the music is commonly associated with Rastafarianism and promotes the sacramental use of cannabis, the acknowledgement of the movement of reggae music is still well deserved.
Reggae coming from the Caribbean and being a Caribbean musician, it's kind of touching. It is special because, you know, to get that kind of recognition for something people, especially even in the Caribbean, some people don't really appreciate it because of its association with, you know, a lot of people who are quote unquote conscious and Rastafari. That's really much their music. But when you look at the principles of that movement and the music, yeah, it does promote a lot of good feelings.
According to Ford, reggae music offers a voice to the people with reggae ambassadors like Peter Tosh, Gregory Isaac, and the incomparable Bob Marley. Ford states that with positive lyrics and energetic sounds, the genre is able to captivate a wide range of people. He believes the accolade given to the genre is extraordinary.
A reggae song in my head right now that's particularly negative in its message, you know, it speaks for the people. It helps bring certain things into the consciousness of people. So it's fantastic that has happened.
UNESCO stated that reggae music functions as a vehicle of social commentary, as a cathartic experience, and a means of praising God which remain unchanged. The music continues to provide a voice for all. Originating out of Jamaica, the unique rockaway sound of the music now joins the list of more than 300 other cultural traditions. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Solange Alfred.
Thank you, Solange. The St. Lucia Solid Waste Management Authority is imploring and reminding collectors of garbage to adhere to the guidelines which require them to cover garbage collected in small trucks. The authority says those currently in use are not designed for garbage collection, and the spills which do occur are a health hazard to society. Rochelle Gonzalez reports.
A call has been sent out by the St. Lucia Solid Waste Management Authority for operators of flatbed trucks who collect garbage to practice caution whilst on duty. Emmeline Jha, who is the authority's Information and Communications Manager, sent out the call after a video of a truck loaded with garbage was recorded driving up the Old Morn Road with the heaped garbage left uncovered. Jha said under normal circumstances, the trucks are monitored at the point of the landfill and that checks are usually done in order to verify that they're coming in with waste covered.
Actually, all waste haulers operating open vehicles and transporting waste are required to keep the waste covered, because I could well imagine during that particular incident there could have been, pieces of material being blown by the wind as the vehicle moved, along the road. And of course, we want to continue to encourage waste haulers, individuals who transport waste to the Dedlow Sanitary Landfill or the Beaufort Solid Waste Management Facility, to ensure that all waste is always covered when it is being transported.
Jean said there are instances where individuals are provided with the required tarpaulins to cover the transported waste. However, for reasons unknown, they are still not being used. She said leaving the garbage uncovered is an accident waiting to happen.
It's important that that is done, because we never know what may fly out of that vehicle and injure somebody else, maybe a pedestrian near the roadside. In addition to that, vehicles could be damaged in the process, windscreens of vehicles, and of course injuring passengers on vehicles. So persons are encouraged to ensure that all waste being hauled is actually covered during the transportation aspect of the management of waste when it is being taken to the landfill.
The authority is responsible for issuing licenses to persons for the provision of waste collection services. In turn, it is then the responsibility of the waste hauler to ensure that all waste collected is adequately contained during transportation and disposed at the designated waste management facility. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Rochelle Gonzalez.
The Castries City Council is making arrangements in advance for the 2019 Asu Square festivities. Press and Communications Manager Jason Hollingseed outlined the reason why the invitations were sent out to vendors. Hollingseed says the early notice gives sufficient time for logistics, which will ultimately lead to a grand celebration.
The invitation was given to vendors to come collect forms this morning at the City Hall in order that they fill out those forms and make payments by this coming Friday for Asu Square 2019. Of course, that approach was taken because, over the years we always had, an influx of vendors closer to Asu Square, and lots of problems with, placement of tents in terms of locating vendors, and some persons, of course, not adhering to some of the rules that we at Council has put in place. So as a result, we thought it necessary to take that approach, that early approach, having the vendors to pay before Friday and Tuesday booths as well, and thereafter a meeting will be conducted with the essential services like the health department, the fire service, the police, so that we speak to the health and safety aspects as well as logistical and operational aspects for Asu Square 2019.
That was Press and Communications Manager of the CCC, Jason Hollingseed. This is the Hot 7 Nightly News. Do stay with us.